I am God desiring to be acknowledged. My happiness comes first. I recorded a video. It was the last video I recorded. I explained I am being held prisoner by demons and that conspirators will face destruction. The world conspires with the demons. The world, most people are not conscious of that fact, but they conspire with the demons that want to hold me prisoner. Okay? That's because the world is evil. People who are of the world have an evil spirit. Okay? And that dictates the things they do and say and think. Okay? So it's very interesting because right after I posted that video to my Facebook page, by the way, I noticed I got a like on that video. I'm not sure who. But anyway, I hope someone took it seriously. Although, I also wonder, is someone just trying to mock me? I don't know. Anyways. I hope someone takes me seriously. That would be fantastic. I posted a video because, I was on YouTube and I was watching a video and a video, the autoplay feature on YouTube, it will try to play a video after the one you're watching. And it tried to take me to a video that is done by a pastor. I used to listen to him quite a lot, actually. John Piper, Pastor John Piper, and he has a church group he has a website, right? It's called Desiring God. And he posted a video about an hour ago, okay? And he titled that, How Do I Become Happy in God? Well, as you can see, I'm indoors, right? I'm God. Yeah? You know how people, when they pray, they say, in the name of Jesus. Okay? In is, in numerology, the word in, it's 9/14. I was born the 14th of November, and November used to be the 9th month. Now it's the 11th month, yeah? So, 9/11, yeah? The World Trade Center, the planes, the crash, all that stuff, blah-de-blah. Yeah, it's all a very interesting puzzle. Anyways, this is the thing. The thing about Pastor John, what do I think about that guy, really? I don't know. I do wonder. For a while I went off him. I basically thought, this guy's crazy. And that's the thing, right? The type of Christianity that he adheres to, it's called Calvinism. Okay? Calvinism. Okay? My surname is Salvin. Okay? Not to mention, I'll mention, my dead mum, her zodiac sign was Taurus. Okay? The Taurus, the symbol of the Taurus, Taurus is associated with the bull. You know what a calf is, yeah? So a young bull or a young cow, right, is called a calf. C-A-L-F. Okay? And you've heard of Calvin Klein, I'm sure. Yeah, the designer brand. Anyways, Pastor John, he wanted to make a video. How do I become happy in God? Okay? So, in Babel, okay, the words that come before later words, so, in English, you write from left to right. So the word that's at the beginning of that sentence it's before the words that are written to the right of it, to the right hand side of it. Okay, so it might look a bit obviously I'm showing you, yeah, maybe I should be doing, I don't know, my hands might be a bit confusing, but that's the thing, right? What comes first takes priority. It's magic. Okay, so the word, so when he says, how do I become happy, that's the thing, right? Because everyone in the world wants to be happy, right? And then in God, well, that's at the end of the sentence. So there's all these people in the world, they want to be happy, and that's what they're trying to do. They are happy. They're going about laughing and joking, having fun, and I'm in God. I'm stuck at the end of the sentence. Those people who say they want to be happy, well, that's the thing. They've taken priority over me in God. That's Babel. That's how the Babel works. Well, that's the thing. I am God, and I desire to be acknowledged. My happiness comes first. In what I mean by that is that my happiness is the most important thing, because I'm God, I'm the creator. I created you, I created everything, I created everybody. Okay, so my happiness should be the priority. It is the priority. I'm saying it's the priority. If I'm happy, if people love me, I can love them. I can bless them. That's how it's going to be. That is how it is. So, I'm just making myself clear. If man wants to put his happiness before me, God, well, of course I'm going to be angry about that, because that does not lead to anything good. Yeah, I mean, look at what man does. He wants to put his sex life before God. He wants to put money before God. He wants to do all kinds of sinful things and put that before God. That doesn't work. So my happiness comes first. I'm God. I have to do what I'm supposed to do. I have to do things in a certain way. It's important. I am above everybody else. I created everybody. I am the educator. I educate people. I teach them how they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do, right? And I have to do that. If I don't do that, well, there's going to be a lot of chaos. It's not going to end well, is it? I've explained. Demons are holding me prisoner while the world conspires with them to keep me stuck. But the fact is, the world is being destroyed at the same time. So if people acknowledge me, if they acknowledge who I am, God, then things can change. Okay? That's what I want. What I want will make me happy. So, please help me. Okay? I ask you to do that, to help me by telling people. Get more people to listen to me. Maybe I should mention, well, that's the thing, I'm being held prisoner by demons, well, sort of. I mean, that's the thing, they've attached themselves to me, they're doing sex magic and witchcraft against me. I mean, if I want to go shopping, I can get in a car, I can drive to the supermarket, and I can do some shopping if I want to. I can go anywhere I want, really. But the fact is that they're trying to keep me in a magic prison, okay, with witchcraft and sex magic. So, when I say I'm being held prisoner, that's what I mean. And the world isn't very nice to me, so, you know, going outdoors and spending time with people really doesn't do a lot for me, to be quite honest. So I spend most of my time inside the house. And that's been a long time now. I've been living like this. I've been living the life of a hermit for, well, yeah, I would say pretty much over the last 7 or 8 years, you know, I've spent most of that time like a hermit. You know, when I say hermit, I mean a person who lives indoors, doesn't socialize with anybody, keeps to himself, yeah, sits at home thinking all day long about things. Okay, so obviously I'm very bored of it. It's a very lonely life. And obviously, you know, the longer this happens, well, the angrier and angrier I'm gonna be. So, yeah, anyways. It's not easy being God. I'll say that much. Oh, I've got a food delivery coming, so, and tobacco as well. I've got to get my tobacco. So if my doorbell rings, you'll know why. It's getting a bit sunny, isn't it? A little bit bright today. I remember the last time a guy came to the door to deliver my shopping, and I opened the door and my eyes hurt. I was like this, like, oh. I don't see sunlight very often, so I keep the blinds shut in my house. I mean, those blinds are shut, so that's why, you know, I keep all my blinds shut, because I don't like people looking through my windows, and I don't. Yeah, I mean, my house looks like there's rubbish everywhere. So I mean, who would want to? You know, why would I want anyone to see that anyway? Anyways, it's funny because when I open the front door, there's mail like all over the floor. There's just piles and piles of mail. I seem to just walk all over my mail for about a year before I open it. It's crazy. I mean, if it looks important, I'll open it. But, you know, anyways, whatever. If it says attention, I'll be like, okay, I'll open that one then. The rest of it, I think, well, most of it's junk, isn't it? The vast majority of it. Anyways, you know, what was Pastor John Piper, what was he talking about in his video then? Yeah, I mean, you know, his usual kind of, you know, he was talking about, you know, how to be happy with, you know, through Jesus, happy with God and salvation. He was talking about Paul, you know, Paul from the New Testament. He went around spreading the word, the gospel, telling people the good news, basically, if you know what I'm saying. Well, obviously the gospels wouldn't have been written by then, I wouldn't have thought. But hopefully you get the point. Anyways, okay, so he was spreading the word about Jesus and God. Interestingly enough, I believe that Paul is my enemy because I used to actually socialize with him in Brighton. His name is Patrick Marshall Andrew. Very sinful man. Likes to have sex with lots of different women. Does drugs. He's a thief. He's stolen things from me. Expensive items, I may add. You know, worth thousands. Well, yeah, he stole the amount of, you know, the value of the stuff that he stole from me. The original price of those objects, well, you know, it's probably more than £1,000. And he tried stealing all kinds of stuff off me. Because I had expensive DJ equipment. And he stole a computer monitor from me. And probably other stuff as well. And most of the time I knew him, he pretty much always owed me money for something. You know, and asking him to pay me back was always a chore. He always whinged about me asking for my money back. Very rude guy. Real piece of shit. Anyways, but you know, everyone likes to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you know, and they all like to go down the pub and get pissed. Yeah, which is interesting because Patrick, that's pretty much all he likes doing, going down the pub and getting pissed. But they call him a saint for it. How bizarre, huh? What a twat. Yeah. So, you know, Pastor John and his Desiring God video, I mean, that's the thing, right? His thing is called Desiring God. Well, this is the thing. People desire, don't they? People are desiring all kinds of stuff. But that doesn't make them God. Just because you're desiring something doesn't make you God. Yeah, that's the Bible. You see, he's put the word desiring before the word God. Okay? I mean, maybe yeah. I mean, that's the thing about magic, you know. You got to be really careful. If you truly love God, then, you know, your steps will be, you know, you'll move in the right direction. Okay? You know, you have to put God first. You have to put me first. You have to love God through Jesus Christ. And, you know, the way you know, things will unfold before you. Things, you know, you will be on a guided path. And I was going to mention, you know, that's the thing, you know, I've been attacked by demons. And see, the thing is when you are standing in the truth, when you know the truth, demons will not like you. Okay? That is how it goes. Demons will not like you. So be wise. Okay? I mean, I'm being attacked. I'm surrounded by demons. Okay? Evil spirits that are trying to attack me. Okay? So, you know, I'm God. I'm Father to those who are my children. To everybody else, I'm Satan. Don't be surprised if, you know, if something, if you get surrounded, well, if spirits, you know, if you encounter ghosts, spirits, evil spirits, good, you know, don't be surprised, okay? Don't be shocked. I mean, the fact is, you know, they tried to terrify me. Okay? That's what they did. They attacked me to scare me. But the thing is that I'm God. And I'm quite tough in lots of different ways. Okay? I endure. I survive. Okay? So, you know, have faith. Yeah? Do not fear demons. Don't fear demons, because if you fear demons, well, they will use that against you. So don't bother with that. That's the best advice I can give you for that, okay? So, what else did I want to say here? Yeah. So that's the interesting thing. At the end of their video, so the Desiring God asked Pastor John, how do I become happy in God? And they closed out the video with, oh, it's not in the transcript. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the transcript of the video, but it's not actually in the transcript. But they said that they were going to talk in their next video on Monday about Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and witchcraft. Yeah, that's what they're going to talk about on Monday, apparently. What a bizarre coincidence. That's the thing, you know, the first Harry Potter book came out just before I went to boarding school. Yeah, very, very similar vibe to Hogwarts. Yeah. Yeah, and it was about the same time Lord of the Rings came out, I suppose, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? The first film that came out. Wasn't it 2001? It was around 2000. 2001, 2002, something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, you remember the film, The Two Towers? Yeah, you remember that one? Yeah, 9/11. Lord of the Rings. Ring, 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 ring. Yeah, I had a telephone. Yeah, I had a mobile phone. I had quite a lot of mobile phones, actually. Yeah, I was ringing all kinds of people. And they were ringing me. Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Yeah. Middle Earth. Wizards. All that stuff. Yeah. And hobbits and rings. Yeah. You know the character in you know when they go into the mines of Moria. Excuse me. And you know there's that big demon, big fire-breathing demon, and he's called Balrog. Well, that's the thing. I used to play a lot of Street Fighter, and I used to play Balrog when I played Street Fighter 4. He was the character I learned the game with, basically. So I started off with, you know, when I decided I was going to get really good at the game, when I decided to learn how to do all the, you know, the complicated combos, when I was learning about all the technical details of the game, right? When I was learning, you know, things like frame data and combos, and you know, different setups and stuff like that. You know, because I really wanted to get good at the game. Balrog was the character I started with, and I played as Vega and Gen. And then I went on to Street Fighter 5, and I played that as a Dhalsim character, right? You know, the fire-breathing Dhalsim. Yeah, Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire, Yoga Teleport, all that stuff, you know, with his stretchy limbs. Yeah. I've actually got a video on my YouTube channel. I think it's still there. I don't know if I unlisted it or not. I think it is. It's probably one of my first videos on my YouTube channel. Shit, hang on. Lemonade. Bit of a dry throat. Excuse me. But yeah, I've got a video, a replay. Well, actually, it was a video I took of. It's a streamer, a pro player called ISDD, and it's short for I'm Still Daddy. I'm still the daddy. He's a British guy, totally nuts. And I ran into him online on Street Fighter 5, and I beat him twice with Dhalsim. And so after I beat him, I went and looked at his live stream, because he was always live streaming on Twitch back then. He's banned from there now, I think. He's banned from there now because he's always swearing and shouting and whatever, right? But I recorded. I screen recorded from his live stream, and it's a video on my YouTube channel. So you know, it's Space Monkey versus ISDD. You know, I whooped his ass. But anyways, you know, whenever I got like a really good win, whenever I beat a pro player, I'd usually try to screen record their live stream. So I had a couple of them from Street Fighter 4 days actually, and Street Fighter 5. Not sure about Street Fighter 6 though. Yeah, I'm not sure about if I did that for Street Fighter 6. I mean, Yeah. I think there's a replay on my Facebook page, actually. If you go to my... Actually, whatever. Fuck. There's some crazy videos on my Facebook page. Yuck. If you know what I'm saying, fucking hell. But there is a video on there, I think, where I beat a Honda player. I get 2 perfects in a row. Yeah, that guy was shit. Anyways, whatever. You know, I have to do some crazy magic. I really have to. You know, the world makes me do some crazy stuff. So I do it. Because I'm God and I ain't gonna lose. I do what I have to do. Alright? Anyway, it's been a bit of a random video. So the thing about Pastor John, well, this is the thing, right? You know, I've explained my butt is a rainbow butt, right? It's the rainbow that encircles the throne of God. Well, it's because I'm God and my butt is my throne. And you know what a pastor is, right? A pastor, well, that's the thing. My butt is my past, and it's tore, right? Because I tore my sphincter. Okay, so Pastor John. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, you know, people call the toilet, they call that John, don't they? Yeah, so whenever I go to the toilet and I sit on it to take a crap, Pastor John. Yeah. Pastor John Piper. Yeah, you get it? Yeah. Anyways. Well, people do call the toilet the John. I mean, that's the thing, right? Because, you know, in a sense, I'm connected with the toilet because, well, that's the thing. I toil. You know what the word toil means, right? So I go to the toilet, I toil on it, right? And, you know, what I ate, you know what it means? You eat something and, you know, it's what you ate or ate, right? It's either what you ate or it's what you ate, right? That's the thing, right? So I go sit on the toilet and I toil, and it's, you know, it's what comes out of me is what I ate. Yeah, toilet. Flipping out. I mean, you've seen the film. That's the thing. I used to work in IT, right? So information technology. You know, you've heard of Stephen King's It. You know, with Pennywise the clown. You know, he lives in the sewer. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Oh, look. You know, I mean, I'm starting to get wonky eyes and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's actually pretty weird. Yeah. It. Well, that's the thing, you know, the world wants to call me it or the thing or, you know, they want to try to make out that I'm a woman or I'm female. Well, that's the thing, because my dead mum, she was called Fee. You know, they want to pretend that God is a woman. Yeah. They want to do all kinds of witchcraft against me. You know, the word witch is an interesting word, isn't it? You know, like, you know, witch, you know, WHICH, you know, which, you know, like, which person are we talking about? Yeah. I remember I used to buy a magazine when I was younger called Witch, WHICH, question mark. I think it's a question. It's called Witch Magazine, you know, and it's all about, you know, electronics and stuff like that, right? So, you know, it'll tell you like what's the best DVD player to buy, or what's the best television to buy, or, you know, it'll tell you about all kinds of technology, and they review different technology. And that's, you know, I used to buy Witch Magazine when I was a kid. I think I probably I might have had a subscription to it, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I had a few magazine subscriptions when I was a kid. I had Kerrang magazine, you know, for the heavy metal stuff. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, I even used to buy UFO magazine. I used to buy that when I was at boarding school. I was always interested in the truth, so I was always looking for it. I was a big fan of the X-Files when I was younger. Mulder, Scully. Yeah. Fox Mulder. The truth is out there. What was that black guy called? He's called Mr. X. And then there was Skinner. Yep, Skinner. And then there was the smoking man, Cancer Man. Yeah, he's always smoking his cigarettes. Hiding the truth from Mulder. And he was like Mulder's dad, wasn't he? I think that was the story, wasn't it? He was Mulder's dad. And then there was those three guys called the Lone Gunman as well. Yeah, the X-Files. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people think X means Christ. Yeah? So you could call it the Christ Files. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the problem. The world wants to reduce God, or Christ, to a single letter. And then they want to make that letter mean anything. It could literally be anything. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the thing, Pastor John. So, yeah, Pastor John Piper. So, the Calvinist. Well, that's the thing, I mean, everyone's drawn to my energy. Either through Jesus Christ, who I was, or through other stuff. And if it's through other stuff, well, that's bad. So, yeah. I often wonder, how is John Piper going to react to me? I mean, he might think I'm God, or he might think I'm Satan, for all I know. So I don't know. I'm quite curious to find out, to be quite honest. Yeah, that'll be an interesting day. Yeah, I mean, I started to wonder if perhaps he has a problem with pride. I mean, that's the thing, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Some people are easy. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of demons in this world, obviously, and trying to figure out that, if they are or not, for a lot of people, it's very easy. For some people, it's a lot more difficult for me to know. So obviously, I test people to figure out who they are. I once said, when I was Jesus, said, test the spirit. Yeah? You must test people. Yeah? Learn how to recognize a demon when you see one. Wonder how long my shopping's going to take. Is the doorbell going to ring soon, is it? Might do. Ow. Anyways, I've got some chocolate donuts, hopefully, coming. They're usually a lot of the time when I order them, they don't have them in stock, so I'm hoping they send me some today. Excuse me. I do like some chocolate donuts. Oh, and I got two chocolate bars of Galaxy chocolate. And getting some Skittles, taste the rainbow. And what else am I getting? Profiteroles. Oh yeah, gotta get the profiteroles. 8 of them as well. Eight profiteroles. Yeah, it's strange how when I eat the profiteroles, I seem to eat all 8 of them at the same time. What a strange thing to do. Very filling. Profit. You know what a profit is, right? Or a profit. Well, that's the thing. Which, is it making money, or is it, are you prophesying? Which one is it? Yeah? Why are people so obsessed with money? Why did I tell people you can't serve two masters at once? Well, that's the thing, right? Because, a prophet prophesies, and another person who's making a profit, he's just making money, right? But it's not just, obviously, but that's what he's doing. He's interested in making money, yeah. But he's not prophesying, is he? So that's why I said you can't serve two masters at once. Okay. I mean, I've been homeless. I've had loads of times when I've not really had a lot of money. It's been very difficult for me. But there's always, for me, well, that's the thing. I mean, it can be difficult. It's you sort of you question how you're going to make it through that situation, and I mean, it's the best thing to do is don't worry, have faith, and don't be afraid of what can happen. That's how you get through it. Easier said than done, but that's it's a test of faith. It always is. Anyways, I don't know what else did I want to say about this. So so the transcript of this video, was there anything I wanted to talk about in particular? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? They always talk, Pastor John, he always talks about Christian hedonism. That's the one thing he likes to talk about. I mean, the transcript literally starts, Christian hedonism is not theory, it's a life practice. It's a heart cry, a desire for more of God and to share in more of His glory. Wasn't it interesting? I shared his video. Right? So it's no surprise to me that we get a lot of emails from people who are asking for very practical help. They ask questions like, how do I become more happy in God? What do I do to find it, to get it, and to keep it? What kind of daily habits and practices will lead me deeper in my joy in God? These are all great questions in line with this email from an anonymous young man. Pastor John, hello, and thank you for this outlet where I can ask you my question. Now, I must admit that I am a little ADHD and autistic, so it's very possible that I have missed what you have said in the past. But I feel like in all this Christian hedonism teaching, you never actually say how to get more satisfied in Christ. I've bought a lot of your books and read them. I ask God every day to fill me in His satisfaction, and I read my Bible every day. Besides reading my Bible and praying every day, what else is there to do? What am I missing? It's really interesting, right? Because I was Jesus, okay? And I said, I was Jesus, and Jesus is called the head of the church. Yeah? And so Pastor John, he talks about Christian hedonism, right? So, yeah, I think he might be overreaching a little bit there with the hedonism bit. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to think about, though, isn't it? It's almost like he wants to be the head of Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? Because he's always going on about Christian hedonism. Do you know what I'm saying? What is the definition of hedonism anyway? Let's get a definition here. Noun 1. Pursuit of or devotion to pleasure, especially to the pleasures of the senses. The ethical 2. The ethical doctrine holding that only what is pleasant or has pleasant consequences is intrinsically good. 3. The doctrine holding that behavior is motivated by the desire for pleasure and the avoidance of pain. the thing is that, you know, I'm God, and, you know, I did say to people, you know, fear me because I'm God, and, you know, tremble because I'm God, because I'm very powerful. And, you know, that's the thing. The fear of me is, well, it helps you to prevent you from sinning. You know, it's a reminder to you, like, don't sin. You know, because it helps you remember not to sin. I mean, it's not that I want in particular to really, you know, it's not that I want to terrify people. It's not that I want to, it's not really, you know, I don't want people to feel horribly uncomfortable with me. You know, I don't really, no, it's not really how I want people to be. But at the same time, you know, it works kind of both ways, right? Because, you know, if someone becomes very, very comfortable, you know, too comfortable, then, you know, they can easily slip. You know, they can, it's you know, they need to remember I'm God. And, you know, hang on. Okay, I'm back. My delivery's here. So I've got my shopping bag. So, what we got here? We got some. That's 30. They gave me the wrong tobacco. I ordered 50 grams, not. I ordered 50, not 30. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Got my Skittles. Got a bar of chocolate. Galaxy. Got my chocolate donuts. Got my chocolate Profiteroles. Ooh, what else have we got here? Got a can of Red Bull. I got 2 blue Rizzlers. Another bar of chocolate. And a bag of rice. So it looks like I got everything I ordered, but they got the tobacco wrong. So I'm gonna have to put well, as long as they pay me the difference, I don't care. If they give me they need to give me a refund for the difference between the 30 and the 50 grams. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be happy. But yeah, as long as they do that, as long as they sort that out, that's fine. I'm happy. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Hang on, let me put this in the fridge. Okay, so I put my stuff away. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often in my videos. Anyways, yeah. So going back to what I was saying about fearing God, trembling. Well, I mean, that's the thing. You think how many Christians, they don't really worry about much. I mean, there's so many sinners. There's so many, well, that's the thing. There are people who call themselves Christians, and they do all kinds of sinful things. Sleeping around, lusting after other people, you know, and doing things they shouldn't be doing. Like, you know, judging people unfairly, you know, judging people they shouldn't be judging, accusing people. You know, I said, you know, you have to, you know, try to, you know, don't, you know, people should know a matter before they start, you know, saying things. You know, don't say dumb things, and don't accuse people and judge people if you don't really know, you know, what, you know, if you don't know all the facts, etc. Okay, so, you know, people have to be careful what they do. So, you know, the hedonism thing, right? So hedonism, Hedonism is a family of philosophical views that prioritize pleasure. So, that's the thing. John Piper, he likes to, his argument about Christian hedonism is that, it's all about having pleasure in loving, in loving me, God, through Jesus Christ. Yeah? And having pleasure in that. And so he's always arguing for, people to be joyful and, to even when things are hard and difficult, but, finding pleasure in the struggle of being a Christian. So in a way, that's, yeah, yeah. And, do I have a problem? Not really, do I? But at the same time, obviously people have to understand I'm God, and well, if you don't fear me at least a little bit, well, that's the thing. I'm that powerful, so I'm extremely powerful. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, people die all the time because of me. People get destroyed all the time because of me. I judge people. I can give people eternal life, or I can say no. So, I can send people to the lake of fire. So, people always should remember that, always. Because, I don't like having to, that's the thing, having to remind people of that again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It gets really boring. It really does. It really does. Try to understand my situation. I'm God. I created everybody. I created everything. Man and woman, they have tried to steal my throne and my authority from me a lot. Okay, these people, the world, they're demons, evil. That's the thing. So most people are evil, and most people want to be me, and I'm very tired of being in this situation. So try to understand that. People who do that to me, well, that's the thing. I'm not going to allow them to keep doing that. That has to stop. So, my happiness comes first. Okay? I desire to be acknowledged. I am God desiring to be acknowledged, and my happiness comes first. People need to understand that's the case. I'm the source of all blessings. Okay? So if I'm happy with someone, right, if they love me and I love them, then I want to bless them. The problem is that most people don't love me, and they are of an evil spirit. And if they're of an evil spirit, they are trying to take my power through witchcraft and word magic and things like that. And I won't allow them to keep doing that. So it's going to be, the situation will be in, the way things are changing, okay? And those who I love and love me, I will bless them, and the other people will not get anything, okay? They're going to be cut off. That's how it's going to be. So it's important that people understand that's the situation, okay? The thing about John Piper is, well, with the Christian hedonism thing, well, he's yeah. his obsession with Christian hedonism and Calvinism, well, yeah, I'd say he's, with looking at those words he's using, I think I was Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the head of the church. The church is the body of Christ. Okay? So, when he keeps saying Christian head-onism, it looks like he's overreaching. Okay? He's supposed to be the body of Christ, not the head of Christ. Okay? So this is why, I said, it's hard to detect, what people do, right? But I would say, John Piper on closer inspection, well, I feel like he's overreaching a bit, yeah? So, yeah, maybe that's not a good thing. Yeah, it's probably, he needs to humble himself a bit more, I think. Yeah. And obviously, I'll find out how he reacts to me. At some point, he's going to be confronted with my videos, right? He's going to be like, who's this guy who claims he's God? What's he going to think about me? Is he going to believe that I'm good? Or is he going to think I'm Satan? Is he going to think I'm the Antichrist? Is he going to think I'm the beast or the devil or whatever? Well, that's the thing. I've already explained. I am God. I was Jesus. I'm the Holy Spirit. I am Father to my children. And to everybody else, I'm Satan, I'm the devil, I'm Lucifer. Okay? So, that's it. Okay? But, that's the thing. I watch so many of his videos. Sometimes I'd watch 10 of his videos in a day. Or more, sometimes. So I'm very curious to see what he thinks of me. But I actually remember, because when I, actually probably 1 or 2 years ago, I think, it was quite a while back, I did try reaching out, because that's the thing, I'm God. I have tried actually reaching out to certain people to see how they react and to see if I can get anybody to listen to me. And when I tried reaching out to Pastor John Piper and Desiring God, well, guess what? I didn't get anything back. I didn't get any response. So, there we go. Yeah. I wasn't impressed with that, obviously. I mean, that's the thing, right? If there are people on planet Earth who they say that they love God, they love Jesus Christ, they love God, and, they're waiting for God to come, right? They're waiting for God to arrive, yeah? And God, sends them a message over the internet saying, hey, I'm God, please listen to me. And then they don't want to hear me. They're not interested, or they think I'm a fraud. And I remember around that time when I was looking at their videos, the stuff that they were posting for their podcasts and stuff like that, and I felt like I was being mocked. I felt like I was being insulted. So, that gives me the impression that they are demons, actually, posing as something they're not. So, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? One way or another. Anyways, have I said enough for this video? Yeah, I think I've said enough. I might make another video later. But I've got to eat my chocolate donuts, so. Laters.